everybody, how's it going? My name is Miss Bowman and I will be your instructor for educational psychology. I'm really excited to get to teach this course because of the content, but I'm also very thrilled because some of you have had me in courses before. So welcome back. I hope that you like my teaching style and I hope that you enjoy this course. Now, the structure of my course stays about the same throughout all of my semesters. Obviously, the content is different, but I like things to be very clean and simple and upfront. So the page that I'm showing you right now is the Welcome Introduction page. It is the main page for the course. So in this course, we will have, only 8 weeks to cover a ton of content. So I'll talk about that more in a moment. But I want you to know that when you're looking at the page, how I would look at the page is from over here, the Pages option. Oh, let me go into student view. Sorry, that might help. The Pages view rather than the home view. The home view will show you some the same resources, but in a different setup. I might kind of work that out as we go throughout the semester. But just so we're all on the same page, when you go to the course, please go to Pages and you'll see this main page that says Welcome to Educational Psychology. Now, we're on the page that we need to be on, but let me real quick take a moment to share with you some of my background. So I graduated with my undergrad in 2018 from Tarleton State University. My undergrad was in psychology. I moved then to graduate with my master's in applied psychology in 2020, and at this moment I'm working on my PhD in educational psychology. So I'm really excited to get to keep moving towards that goal, and I'm excited for you that we get to talk about how people learn in a school system. There's lots of evidence that shows that the practices that we use in the educational setting aren't actually the best practices. So I hope that we get to discuss that more because, ideally we would use the best practices. What prevents us from necessarily using what we know is research-based? And we'll talk about that later. But anyways, first day, all you're worried about is let's look at the syllabus. So I have this provided at the top for you. It should be fairly straightforward and accessible. We'll just give it a second to load. Maybe. We'll download it maybe. Yeah, we'll just do it that way. Alrighty. So this is what it looks like. This is fall 2021, in case you didn't know. This is a completely online course. Please do not get caught up by thinking that this is a partially face-to-face course. With that, I'll take a caveat to say that yes, I'm going to offer a face-to-face meeting. I might have a Zoom link. I haven't really gotten that far yet in my planning abilities, but what I will say is that I'm working on getting a classroom and I'm working on determining the time. So thank you to those all of you who filled out the doodle poll. If you have not filled out the doodle poll, go ahead and do so. I'm going to be picking a time on Monday and releasing that information then. I would love for all of you to come to the optional meeting where we can just, talk, get to know each other, ask questions. We could talk about the course. We could talk about things not in the course. I don't know. I'm very open-minded. These are informal and they're all about what does it mean to be in educational psychology. This is an extra tool for you to utilize. So here's my basic contact info. I would way prefer you to email me. That's step number 1. Don't call me. I won't answer my phone. But what I will say is that these are my office hours. If you need to come visit me, please do that during my office hours. I'm, there a lot. I'm a slave to my office at times. If these times don't work for you because you have a busy schedule, because you're working, because you have family, yada, yada, let me know and I'll be happy to schedule an appointment with you. I have a child as well, which you'll definitely hear about him in this course. So please communicate with me via email. I can't help you unless you let me know that there's a problem and that you need help. So please be communicative. There we go. I'll get it. So this online course means that you're going to be responsible for doing a lot of work on your own. So I will post the chapters. I will post lecture videos for you to watch each week. I will post maybe some external resources for you. We'll have discussion boards, that sort of thing. But because it's an online course, this means that you are responsible for logging into Canvas daily. And you are responsible for reading the instructions and trying to interpret them to the best of your abilities. If you get stuck, let me know. So this course is going to be about the application of psychological theories and principles to teaching and learning. So this is human development, learning, motivation, and how all of these impact how children learn information. A great example always is mathematics. Do you like math? For most people, the answer is no. And I'm not too sure it's that they don't like math. Maybe it's that they don't like more difficult mathematics such as calculus, or maybe it's that they didn't like their math teacher. There's a lot of variables that come into play of why you don't like math. So maybe take some time to think about that. Why? And it doesn't have to be math, but if there's a subject you don't like, why don't you like that subject? Think about the situation that was going on with that. Alrighty, so please note that credit for both EDU 3303 and Psych 3303 will not be awarded. So you don't get credit for both. Apparently that's something I need to remind you. So please don't think that that works. Alrighty, so here is the textbook. Basically, I will be working out of the 9th edition. The 10th edition is very similar. If you ended up with the 14th edition, you could try to see if you could take it back and get your money back because it's really expensive. My 9th edition was $8. Getting the 14th edition was like $157 or something crazy. Guys, be cheap, right? 8th or 9th will work, but do know that because I'm allowing for students to use different versions, there will be some minor differences whenever we're talking about, the setup of the textbook. So for example, if I say chapter 1, let's make sure that we're on the same page of what chapter 1 is. The easiest way to do that will be to look at the slideshows that I have posted for you and make sure it's still the same content. So let's look at that real quick. Let's go to here. Let's go to chapter 2. Chapter 2 slideshow apparently has been locked. Oh, okay. Well, we won't look at that. Panic. Basically, what I want you to do is exercise this ability, where if you come here and you click on the slideshow, make sure the chapter title matches the title that you're about to read in your version of the textbook. The nice thing is that it's all the same author. So textbooks, I'm going to share a secret with you. Textbooks don't generally change a whole lot between one to the next. That's why I'm still okay with using the 9th. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. You must have your textbook to pass this course. You need to have your textbook. Don't email me and ask me if you need it from this point on, right? If before the class, that was understandable, but you do need the textbook for this one. You will be required to read, especially because this is an online course. I'm planning on having weekly videos for you. Those videos will not be able to encompass the entire chapter. We would be looking at like 2-hour videos for each chapter, and I'm not going to put either of us through that. None of us are going to go through that. Instead, my plan is to look through the chapter and find some highlights or some things that I could expand upon more so that we could grow in our learning abilities. And the expectation will be that you read the chapter to get all of the supplemental information that I was not able to cover in the videos. Now, other materials for you will be provided via Canvas. You do need access to Microsoft Word to a certain extent. And so if you do not have Microsoft Word on your computer, please know that it's offered for free for students. So I would highly recommend you look into that. You need it as students generally. Yes, we have things like, Google Docs and all these other tools, but make sure that you don't need those for your courses, right? For this course, it's not essential to have Microsoft Word. You just need an area where you can type your discussion boards and post them. So there is that. Alrighty, so course objectives. So we will be talking about understanding basic facts, research finding, terminologies, principles, theories, and I hope that you develop techniques for teaching and motivating other students to learn. What's really great about this course is we talk about motivating others, but we ourselves, I know I do, I become more motivated whenever I am learning about these things. So I expect for you to participate in the online assignments. Please don't get caught up. This is only an 8-week class. Don't get caught up in the idea, oh, I can skip an assignment. That does not work for these classes. Please make sure that you are paying attention and keeping up with it. This is an 8-week course, so it's going to go by quick, right? And we only have half a semester to get through an entire textbook. Please keep up. You will need to read the textbook, and you are expected to communicate with me if you're having an issue that is not allowing for your academic success. So for example, I get a lot of students who have family issues. If you realize that you have family issues and you cannot complete the assignments, you need to communicate with me and let me know that. Treat this as if it were a job. Don't just treat it as, oh, Miss Bowman, it's just my professor, right? Please communicate with me so I can help you to the best of my abilities. Now, skill outcomes, basic terminology, concepts to explain behavior, mental processing, the ability to explain your personal experience of education and recognize the potential flaws because, let me tell you, there's a lot of them for all of us. So I would like for you to be able to explain some of the psychological research of the educational system. This is a huge problem in our field. We are researchers. We can see that these ideas that we use are ancient and they're not working anymore, yet we're having a very hard time communicating that with educators. So let's talk about that more in this class. So again, this class will consist of lectures, some quizzes, some activities that you'll need to do, mostly discussion boards. This is completely online. I do expect that you're checking in every day, at least, to be sure that you're keeping up with the material. What else do I got on here? I expect that you'll provide your best efforts and that you will engage in the learning process. I understand this is an online course. I understand that this isn't your favorite, but you have to be willing to put forth your best effort if you're wanting to achieve a good grade. Alrighty, so requirements and grading. So we have 4 discussion board topics that are worth 20 points. So you can imagine they're probably going to be worth 5 points each. Then we have 6 quizzes that are all worth 10 points each and a final exam that's worth 20 points. So in total, that equals 100 points. I like to keep my classes this way because it's easier for you to figure out your grade. So here's the grading point system. This is what it looks like. So A, B, C, D. There are 3 different types of Fs. If you do not know what those mean, I would take a gander into it because these can influence your financial aid. Alrighty, but you're not planning on failing my course, so you won't even need to look what those mean. Alrighty, so makeup work. I will allow you to make up work if there is a university excused absence, such as doctors, notes, funeral services, maybe court appearances, that sort of thing. You must have documentation to go along with that. So if you find out that you are sick and you do not provide me with documentation, I'm expecting that you're doing your work and you're keeping up with it. So my quizzes are open for at least a week at a time. If you miss a quiz because you're busy, I'm sorry, I will not reopen it. You need to be responsible enough to take care of your business while you have the opportunity to do so. Please do so. Now, extra credit. There is 1 extra credit option at the end of the semester. I might offer 1 more. I haven't decided yet. We'll get there. But I reserve the right to offer more. I mean, I don't think anybody will be upset about more extra credit. But anyways, the main extra credit option will be a paper that is 5 to 6 content pages. It's worth 2 points. This is intended for people who have an 89 and are wanting a 9 and wanting an A, or people who have a 79 and are looking to bump it up to a B. We will have a final exam, which up here I call it, what did I call it? Oh, I called it final exam. Okay, cool. So final exam, it's going to be due December the 5th. That is the main assignment that's worth the most points overall. So please put that into your calendars. I will not reopen the final exam. So here's my email, or here's how to email me. So please include Psych 3303 online in the subject. I would way rather that in the subject than question. I would way rather you put the section number because I am teaching 5 other classes this semester and it can get very confusing very quickly. Please add that you're in Psych 3303. Now, if you send me an email that is not proper email etiquette, I do not respond to those. Please do not be disrespectful or rude to me. For example, generally whenever people send something in all caps, I shut down. I'm like, you're not going to yell at me over email. This is not how this is going to go. So please be sure to use proper email etiquette. This includes Dear Miss Bowman, comma, enter, start your whatever the email is about, sign your name, and send it to me. Please use proper email etiquette. That includes spelling, grammar. Guys, I'm not going to grade you on your emails, but it's very unnerving when a student sends me something like, yo, Miss Bowman, we meeting today? And I'm like, oh, whoa, are we? Where? What? When? Why? All these questions. Please use proper email etiquette. Here's a brief description of the different Fs. Now we're transitioning into some of the things that I have to have in the syllabus, such as academic honesty, our value statement. Please go read those on your own time because those are something you need to know. Now here is the last part of the syllabus. We have students with disabilities. If you have a disability, it is your responsibility to email me and let me know. I would really like your disability papers by the end of next week. Actually, this is an 8-week course. I would like these by Wednesday. I need your paperwork from the university so that I can get you the accommodations you need. If you wait till the last minute to send them to me, I have a hard time helping you. Make sure that you let me know if you have a disability. With that being said, I want to know so I can help you, all right? I can't help you if I don't know about it. please make sure to communicate. If you are a student who thinks they might need accommodations or thinks they might be eligible, shoot me an email and I'd be happy to discuss what that looks like or how I can assist with that information. Alrighty, so I just want you to know that I reserve the right to make modifications throughout the syllabus, right? Life happens. Know that there might be changes. If there are changes, I will communicate that with you. Alrighty, now finally the semester schedule. So week 1, your main goal is to watch the syllabus, read the other information that I have for you. So if we go back over to the course, see how I have this read on day 1, Global 360, textbook, visit these 3 links so that you get all of that information. Go through and read them. I try to be a nice and understanding professor in that I don't make you do an assignment the first day of the class. Like you don't have anything due today or this weekend. We will start activities and things to do for grades on next week on Monday, but make sure that you do these simple tasks. Read them, make sure you know what's going on in the class. So then next week we'll cover chapters 1 and 2. Notice how every week we have 2 chapters. I do not like doing this because this is a lot of work, but this is only an 8-week course, so we got to do what we got to do. Make sure that you're reading both chapters. What I would do if I were you is if you have some time this weekend, go ahead and start reading chapters 1 and 2. Get the reading part out of the way. Then whenever you get to watch my video next week, then you'll already be at a place of, oh, I remember reading this. Now Ms. Bowman's just going over it again. So then, as you can see, we have 2 chapters every week. Notice Thanksgiving, I don't have any assignments due. Enjoy your break. Do what you got to do. After Thanksgiving break, we will do a course overview for 2 days, and then you will have your final exam. Please know that I updated the syllabus today, right, earlier today. And if you have any changes that you think that I should make, let me know. If you have any problems, please let me know. It's a 2-way street, right? We're building a relationship, an online teacher-student relationship, but that means that it is your responsibility to communicate with me. Now, as you can see, I'm still working on the course. I'm still working on the calendar. Like, for example, I need to go add the due date for the quiz and the discussion board. I'll do that in the near future. And with that being said, the quiz will be open on Monday. I can't guarantee it'll be open at 8 a.m. on Monday. It'll probably be more like, 5 o'clock on Monday when that opens, but you'll have an entire week to do it. And I'm confident that that is enough time for you. Alrighty, well, I said a lot in a short amount of time. Go look over the syllabus again and make sure you've read it. Please add important dates into your calendar and let me know if you have any issues. I'm excited about this course and I'm excited that you get to be my student. Talk to you later.